Hello and welcome to NeoEnglish, the podcast where you learn English for real conversations.
Today, we talk about a recent football news story. It's about Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, and his interview after a tough match with Bournemouth.
Yes, this is from Arsenal.com right after the game. Arteta spoke to the press about what happened. But don't worry, today we'll explain it all in simple English.
Great! Let's start with the background. Arsenal played against Bournemouth. The final score was 2-1. Arsenal lost the game.
Losing is always hard, especially in football. The manager, Arteta, had to talk to the media or reporters after the match.
In English football, this is called a press conference. That's a meeting where journalists ask questions.
Exactly. Let's look at some vocabulary. Defeat means a loss in a game or battle. Example: the team felt defeat after the match. Another example: the defeat made the players sad.
Arteta talked about the performance. In football, performance describes how well the team played. For example, their performance was strong in the first half. Or, poor performance can lead to a defeat.
He also mentioned losing leads. If a team loses a lead, it means they were winning but then let the other team score more goals, so they are no longer in front. For example, Arsenal lost their lead in the second half. Or, we lost the lead and then lost the game.
Arteta said there was plenty to digest. Here, digest doesn't mean to eat food, but to think carefully about something. For example, there's a lot of information to digest. Or, after a defeat, the coach must digest what happened.
Now, let's imagine the press conference. The manager looks disappointed. A reporter asks, "Why did you lose the game?" Arteta answers, "It was a tough match. Our performance was not enough to win. We started strong, but lost our lead."
Good example. Now let's break down another phrase. Looking to Wednesday. Arteta says this because Arsenal plays again soon, on Wednesday. Looking to means to focus on something in the future. For example, we are looking to the next game. Or, I am looking to improve my English.
Let's review some of the useful phrases from the news. First, after a disappointing defeat. You can use this phrase to talk about losing. For example, after a disappointing defeat, the team trained harder.
Another good phrase is face the media. It means to answer questions from reporters. For example, the player faced the media after the match.
Let's quickly tell the story again, using today's words and phrases. Arsenal played Bournemouth and suffered a defeat, losing 2-1. The manager, Arteta, had to face the media at a press conference. He talked about the team's performance and said there was plenty to digest. He also talked about losing leads and said the team is now looking to Wednesday's match to do better.
To make it clear, Arsenal lost a football match. Their coach said they started well but lost their advantage. Now, they want to improve in the next game.
Today we learned words like defeat, performance, press conference, face the media, lose a lead, digest, and the phrase looking to.
You can use these in many situations. For example, she gave a good performance at work, or I need to digest the bad news.
That's it for today. If you don't want to miss daily news in simple English, you can subscribe to NeoEnglish.
Thanks for listening. Keep practicing and see you next time.